Gordon takes a shortcut. Gordon is a very proud engine. He likes to do important jobs. Gordon thinks he knows the Sodor Railway better than anyone. Gordon was at Knapford Station, waiting for Stanley. Stanley was late. Gordon had to take Stanley's passengers onto the Brendan docks. At last, Stanley puffed in. Gordon didn't want to pick up the workmen. He wanted to pick up the very important passengers. And Stanley chuffed cheerily away. Gordon was determined to arrive at Great Waterton first, so he raced off to Brendan docks. Gordon delivered Stanley's passengers and puffed away to Great Waterton as quickly as his boiler could bubble. Gordon puffed up to a junction. He could see Stanley ahead. Gordon was worried. Then he had an idea. He huffed to himself. So Gordon took the other track. Gordon steamed happily along his shortcut. He stopped at a signal. Duck was having a washdown. Duck was surprised to see Gordon so far from the express track. And Gordon chuffed away. Gordon steamed further along his shortcut. He thought. Gordon puffed round a bend. Ahead there was a bridge. But under the bridge it wasn't Great Waterton. It was a repair yard. Gordon saw Oliver and Toad. They were having their wheels oiled. They were surprised to see Gordon so far from the express track. And Gordon chuffed quickly away. Gordon steamed along. Now he was more worried. His shortcut was taking longer and longer. Then he saw another bridge. But under the bridge it wasn't Great Waterton. It was the shunting yard of a logging station. Gordon had never been here before. Then, in the distance, he heard Stanley's whistle from the track below. He huffed to himself. Gordon pumped his pistons. Then there was trouble. Ben was shunting a flatbed with logs. Gordon biffed straight into them. The logs started to roll down the hill. But Gordon didn't know which track to take to find Stanley. Gordon was lost. Gordon knew his shortcut hadn't worked. Now he needed to ask for help. Ben was happy to help. Soon the track was clear and steamed away. He had to warn Oliver. Wait, hang on, let me say that one again. Ben was happy to help. Soon the track was clear and Gordon steamed away. He had to warn Stanley. Then Gordon arrived at a fork in the track. He didn't know which way to go next. Gordon saw Oliver and Toad puffing towards him. And Gordon raced on. Gordon arrived at another fork in the track. He didn't know which to take next. Then he saw Duck chuffing over a bridge. And Gordon steamed off. At last Gordon puffed onto the lower track. He could see the logs had fallen across Stanley's line. Then he saw Stanley chuffing around the bend. Gordon blew his whistle long and loud. Stanley applied his brakes and screeched to a halt just in front of the logs. Stanley applied his brakes and screeched to a halt just in front of the logs. Soon Rocky arrived. He cleared the logs in no time. Stanley was delighted. Later, the very important passengers were all on board Stanley's passenger Stanley was delighted. Later, the very important passengers were all on board Stanley's passenger coaches. Stanley was delighted. Later, the very important passengers were all on board Stanley's passenger coaches. Stanley felt very proud. Gordon puffed in to collect the workmen. Stanley laughed and Gordon smiled at his new friend.